Simply Promise and you. Hello, guys. So, this is me, Promise. If you're new to this channel, please ensure to like, share, drop a comment under the comment section. So, today I am with
Maria.
the ever beautiful Mariam. So, today we want to talk about cultural shocks here in the Philippines, especially for me being a foreigner. There are many things that I feel like have shocked me so far. So, I want to talk about them. Are you ready? Let's get into it. I think one of my biggest cultural shocks here so far was the fact that I see younger people here, the vape.
Yeah.
The vaping culture here is much.
Mhm.
And you might see young people also smoking. Like, because where we come from back home, you would hardly see the young vaping. Like, it's because of how conservative we are.
Mhm.
I think that's one of my biggest culture shocks here so far.
Yeah. I think, yeah, also I observed that the vaping culture, the traditional cigarettes that they always buy in the store, I don't think I can see that as much as I can see the vape. And the vape is becoming more accessible. Like there are so many stores out there where you can buy it. I guess that's one of the factors why so many people or young people especially do that.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Now, the second one I also want to talk about. In all my experiences with Filipinos, oh, no, I would say in all my experiences with people from different nationalities, different creed, different ethnicities, this is one thing I have to give to Filipinos: the standard of personal hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
When I came to this country, I realized that I don't think there's any nation in the world that people prioritize personal hygiene
Uh-huh.
as much as Filipinos.
Okay.
Because when I first came here, when I get into a jeepney is like a bus that is used as a means of transportation here. You realize that there are some people in the jeepney, they will do this. They will cover their nose. At first, it really got me worried. I felt like, maybe these guys are being racist. That was how I felt.
You're concerned like
Yeah, like,
how they perceive your
yes, I was
smell.
like, what's going on here? Am I smelly? I was like,
Uh-huh.
then I realized that that isn't really their fault.
Yeah.
Because I realized that Filipinos are very, very sensitive to
Mm-hmm.
smell, diba?
Yeah.
And because of how sensitive they are to smell, they don't joke with personal hygiene.
Yeah.
So unconsciously and consciously, what it made me to do was like it made me to improve more
Mm-hmm.
on my own personal hygiene. Because one of the things that you have to notice about Filipinos is that they always have their body spray,
Yeah.
they always have their perfume,
Mm-hmm.
they prioritize the way they treat their hair. When you come closer to a Filipino girl, one of the things that you perceive apart from her body spray is the smell of her hair shampoo.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of the strongest smells that you can smell, especially in the jeepneys in the morning when you go to school.
Exactly.
Right? You can
Yeah.
smell it right away.
So I'm like, these guys are so clean. And I really loved it. For real, for real. Now, another thing I also want to talk about.
Mm.
I know this one is gonna piss the guys off. I think Filipino women are more hardworking than Filipino men, from what I have seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys might eat me up for saying this. These are just my opinions. These are just my observations so
Yeah.
far. Because I've noticed that they are very, 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 very hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
That is why majority of the men that are here, their wives are abroad
Yeah.
working and
Yeah.
sending money to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why you realize that the system here is that they kind of like operate a matriarchal system,
Yeah.
a system that is very, very matriarchal, whereby women are more in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. There are so many women who works outside the country, and I guess that also causes the stereotype when other Filipino women or men see Filipinas with foreigners. they would think, oh, she's after his money, something like that. But for me, I don't see any problem at all if a man provides for his woman, because that's natural, right? It's just that they judge those Filipino women that are in a relationship with foreigner men, especially those Filipino men, they tend to judge women more when it comes to the aspect. Because I think here in the Philippines, we're not that patriarchal by this time, as what I can observe. Women, they can work so hard, and I can see many men out there who is okay for not having a job. I guess that's the reality, guys.
Yeah. That was what I saw because back home, men call the shots, men leads, men do the jobs. So there are some women back home, or should I say, majority. In as much as we have working women, but most of our working women, even though they have their own money, they still allow their men to provide
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
But when I came here, I was like, oh, the women here are more hardworking. They're the ones that are doing everything. So I was like, okay, that's their culture.
And I think that's one of the factors why some of the Filipino women, or most of us, has raised our standards when it comes to men. Because right now we can work, we can earn our money. So if a man is responsible enough, especially financially, then we can let them provide. We can trust them that they can provide for us. And it's not being we're in a relationship just for money. It's just that we're letting our men provide for us because we trust them that they can provide for us. That's it.
That's cool. Yeah, another thing, when they see you working with a Filipino girl, a Filipina girl, they'll be like, big, big. That is when you hear words like affirm.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you explain to us what an affirm is?
Okay, so a fam, it means a foreigner arrived in Manila. So it's like an acronym thing. Yeah. I think that became like trended during the pandemic, because so many Filipino women are being in a relationship with foreigners, and then after the pandemic they had these videos of women at the airport waiting for their afams. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So all those kind of stuff. Another thing that I have also noticed is that Filipinos are very friendly. Those guys, like most times when I'm working with her, she keeps asking me, "How do you know these guys?"
Yeah.
Most of them will be like, "My friend, my friend." They try to say, "Guys, my friend, my friend." They are very, very friendly. That's why, and they are very, very accommodating and hospitable.
Yeah.
That is why the Philippines produce the best nurses in the whole world because it is in their nature to be friendly, accommodating,
Caring.
and very caring.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them for being number one when it comes to having the best nurses in the whole
Yeah.
world.
Also, I joke with him sometimes that he can run as a governor.
Yes.
If he's a Filipino citizen, he can definitely win because
Yes.
he knows almost everyone here.
Yes. I make friends easily. I
Yeah.
can relate with people easily. Now,
Not-
the next thing I also want to talk about, when I first came here, where we come from, we are very, very open. We are very, very open. When you ask a Filipino or a Filipina a question,
Hmm?
when they ask you a question, I tend to open up. But when you try to reverse the question back to them, maybe ask them, they will ask me, promise, what is your grade? I'll like, oh, my grade is this. And I'll ask them, a cow? A cow is like you.
You.
What about you? They were like, secret.
That's the magic word.
I was like, what's going on?
Mhm.
You ask Filipinos some questions. The next thing you're gonna hear is secret.
Yeah.
Are we in a secret society here? Or are we in a fraternity?
Yeah.
So why? I was like, oh, at first it was getting me frustrated. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are these guys behaving like this?
Some can be very, very confidential when it comes to their grades. Personal information, especially grades at school. And I guess that's one of the things that you observe too, the very high standards in academic excellence, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Like what she said now is very true. And one of the things I noticed about Filipinos, when it comes to academic standards, they are here. These guys have standards. Like, don't joke with these Filipinos. They are very, very, like, they are very, very serious with their standards. So, and I really admire that from them. I feel like these are things that we as foreigners can also, we also have high standards, but
Mm-hmm.
I think this is also one of the things that we as foreigners cherish about Filipinos too, that they have
Mm-hmm.
high standards academically. That is why they are always good
Yeah, and
at this.
I see that as a positive thing. Because by my own experience, my parents or my grandparents rather raised me to have a very high standard when it comes to academic excellences because they taught us that education is really the key to success, right? Of course, you should have the good manners and all those stuffs, but of course, education it's a primary thing for us. But um, as much as it can be a positive thing, it can also be a negative thing if the child only uses the academic achievements to validate her or his feelings or to make her or his parents proud. So like it can be a negative thing because some people, some students, they can be like they can neglect their own health just to study all day, all night. Well, education is the key to success, but also health is important, right? So that's what I observed too.
That's very, very true. That's very true. Now, to add to this,
Mm.
you know, back home, boys can easily mingle with girls in the sense that when you meet a girl, hey, what's up? Talk to her. But here, when you meet a girl, be like, hello, before you can even state your intention of talking to them, maybe what you want to discuss with them or talk to them about might be innocent. The
Yeah.
next thing that the girls will do here is that they will assume that you want a relationship with them.
Yeah.
The next thing you might hear
Yeah.
is, I have a boyfriend. And you'll be like, who told you I'm interested in you? I'm not interested in you. So these are some of the things, like this one really got me frustrated at first.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me to understand that Filipino girls, they take relationship very, very serious.
Yeah.
Like Filipino girls, I keep hearing some people say that Filipino girls, they are cheats. No, no, no. Filipino girls, they like staying faithful. Yes, I know we might have some bad eggs,
Yeah.
but averagely, when you are in a relationship with a Filipino girl, it's like you're in a marriage.
Yeah.
So if you don't really know them, you might get frustrated at them making that statement to you. I have a boyfriend. So these are some of the things I noticed because back home, you can just walk up to a girl, just talk to her normal. Even if she has a boyfriend, she will just vibe
Mm-hmm.
with you and talk to you.
Mm. I think Filipino women were raised, most of us, I guess, most of us were raised to be a good wife in the future. I guess that's it. That's why most of us are faithful, as you said, in a relationship. We take relationships very seriously, most of us. Because when it comes to cheating, yeah, women or men can cheat regardless of their race, right? Everywhere around the world, there are men or women that can cheat with their partners. But yeah, averagely, Filipino women we take relationships seriously because we know what we bring. We know that when we are in a relationship, we really take care of our men. Yeah, that's it.
Cheating is a deal breaker for them.
Yeah, cheating is no, no, no.
So, guys, you can just let us know what you think about this. So, these are some of my cultural shocks that I have to share them with you. So, when I remember some other cultural shocks that I have experienced here so far, I can bring them up in subsequent episodes.
Mhm.
So, for now, if you have any impression, any thoughts, any opinion, or any correction that you feel like is necessary to be made, you can just drop them down in the comment section. Once again, I remain yours truly, Promise, and this is
Maria. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.